feel like intros are never the easiest things to do. One, because you're breaking that awkward silence before filming. So intros I find really hard to do. You're all thinking in your head, and then suddenly you have to like start talking out loud by yourself. Hello, people of the internet. I think that's my saying now because I don't really know what else to say. So hello, people of the internet. Welcome to my solo diaries. So today's video is a collection of a few days. Been extremely tired recently. I've been just doing a lot of things, and a lot of things have been on my mind, so I was like trying to push myself. So I've got a bit, not lazy, but I was just like, with filming, it's a lot of energy that I want to put in, so I kind of just like, you know what, I'm just gonna film like here and there, because that makes me feel like I can do other things and slow down a little bit so I don't burn out. So last week I ended up basically just editing, filming and uploading content, which has been nice. The one fun thing I wanted to do was to change up this little area in our room because it looked too wintry. We had a massive print that was a puzzle that we did in December, and it's like a New Yorkan puzzle. It was very wintry. We wanted to make it a bit more spring and summery and a bit more fresh in here. And I have normally, Taya is the person normally making it look pretty. Like she just does it. I have a bit of say, but not really. So this is actually all me. So I'm very proud of myself that I've made it look really nice. And I'm the best one yet. So I did that last week. Then the following day, I ended up going for a solo walk to the park and taking myself on a cinema date. I'm having a solo day, like most days now. I had actually such a nice walk to the park. I was listening to music on the way here, and it really gives me like the most confident. Like music, it just brings a different energy. Like I'm walking faster, I'm driving, and just having a good time. I'm like trying to like take it in, because sometimes I'm not really that present, so I'm trying to like feel a bit more present with what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. I think that helps when you're being alone, because when you're with someone, especially with my sister, we are always together, so we are present I think when we are together, especially when we're having like a day where we know we're gonna have like a good day, or like the mundane task is you're not really that present, because you just can't, you want the day to get over with. But when you have like a bit more of a chill day, like you can be a bit more present and feel good in your surroundings. And I feel like that what happens when you're alone, you kind of take in a lot more. It's like currently 1 o'clock So I was actually thinking of going to the cinema. I've actually never been to the cinema by myself, so this will be interesting actually. I feel like with the cinema it's actually really fun to watch films with people because you get to talk about it afterwards, and I like seeing people's reactions on like certain scenes and stuff, so I think going with people is actually really nice. I don't think it's much of a big deal like watching a film by yourself. I'm just going to be in a chair for like 2 hours, you know? Not really like scaring me, and I think that's a nice thought that I'm not terrified to do it. Like it's built out of my comfort zone because I've never done it before, but at the same time I'm not that bothered because I'm going to watch a film. This is so big. I asked for a regular. She's like, it's the best thing I've ever tasted then. It's literally massive. Look at it. Actually my first time going to the cinema by myself, and surprisingly I was not scared whatsoever. For some reason I just didn't have any nerves, any anxiety, nothing. I thought I'd feel a bit strange going to the cinema by myself, but I actually really liked it, which was weird because I feel like as a person I would have thought beforehand I would have been like, I'm not sure if I can do it. I had a really good time. There was about 4 people in the cinema, which was a little bit creepy but also cool at the same time. I used to not like going up to people in shops or walking to cafes or restaurants because it would just scare me, but now I can just like I just walked up to the person, and for some reason it feels so stupid saying it because it's like, what do you mean you're like terrified to like go up to someone? But I hate small talk and I hate people coming up to me and like just sociable things that like just scares me. Recently I've actually been a little bit better. There's definitely certain like aspects in my socialness. It's still very awkward and still very needs a bit of working on because yeah, but going up to people and getting myself a drink or getting myself food, asking if I can try on some clothes, I'm getting there, and that's big progress. Even if it feel, for me, saying it out loud feels stupid. It feels like that's just normal. Like I feel stupid for being scared. Like I'm an adult, like get over yourself, you know? It used to scare me and now luckily it doesn't. The one thing that has been kind of making me anxious / nervous / being putting off was going for a morning run. First run of the year. Hopefully more to come in the year because I want this to be my thing. Can't run though. I'm really bad at it. I used to be a runner when I was in primary school. Maybe a little bit in secondary too, but kind of lost it. At least I did it. I was pretty scared this morning, so take that as progress. I shall go home. Still can't tell if I look stupid in the headband though. been something I've been wanting to do for literal years. We tried to go for runs, I think last year. I think we did about like 4 different times, or three or four different times going for a run, and it never quite worked out / stuck. It never stuck because, let's just say, I make excuses. We just made different excuses, like, oh, it feels weird we're running together. It's like me and Taya running together, because it just, so for some reason, it just felt weird. I couldn't get up in the mornings to actually even do it because I didn't want people watching me run. Knees started to hurt, and basically just making loads of excuses. So we actually never stuck to running. And I brought running shoes and clothing to get myself into it, and it never stuck. But the one main, I guess, excuse was just being scared, or like having a bit of a fear or anxiety towards just getting out and going for a run. And today I did it. I did my first run of the year. Something I've been telling myself that I've been wanting to do for literal months. I kept telling Taylor, like, oh, I want to go for a run, I want to go for a run. I was like, oh, I've got to do it. If I do it for video, it gives you a bit more motivation, because there's a bit of like proof / like evidence. Also, when you're saying stuff out loud, it's like, okay, people are now expecting you to run, so it's like I now have to like try and stick to it because I've said it out loud. So yeah, I was actually really nervous going for a run this morning. I was just like, I'm just gonna walk, and then I'll find a little pathway, which I did, and I'll just do a few sprints / like light jogs, and then just stop and just keep doing that. And that's basically what I did. I basically hit 3k, which is good for me. You hear, I think if you're on social media and you hear the running girls, they're like, I just hit 10k or 20k, and obviously people are doing marathons this time of year, like half marathons, and I can barely do 5k. But this is where something, if I stick to it, I get better over time, and that's my mindset. I've got to keep doing it, because otherwise I'm gonna not get better. And even though it wasn't like the best run, it's my first time doing it in basically years. I'm trying to get that mindset of like, well, if I stick to it, then I'll get better, and I'll get the feeling that I really want, which was to feel free. For some reason, it just makes me feel free going for a run, to feel fit and strong and like I can do it. And it gives you a little bit of a purpose, which I love. It gives you a bit of a motivation to get up in the morning, and purpose, and I need a bit of motivation, especially self-motivation. Just helps you I'm not gonna say hopefully, I'm gonna say I will be consistent with this. So this year, myself and Taya decided to do a little jar of small achievements. We thought, we kept thinking every new year, we kept being like, oh, I feel like I've not achieved anything in the year. And that's just because I think we kept forgetting what we have achieved. We've made ourselves a little jar, and as you can see, it's actually filled up, and we've done little achievements and wrote it on a piece of paper. At the end of the year, it should be nice and filled, and we get to read them at the end of the year and be like, oh, we have achieved stuff. So I'm going to write down first run, and I'm going to write the date, because that'd be nice to know.